We're now going to teleport to a business area. Oh, and here comes our little pod back.
Must have got a better offer.
Yeah, must have done. So we go to landmarks.
The taxis are just as reliable.
So here we're going to go to... We're going to teleport. Yes, I want to teleport. Let's hope the monorail works. Okay, so as that reses in,
Like the Millennium Dome.
it does. But before we have a look round there, this interactivity in Second Life has led to some interesting propositions. You can also change the time of day, because I've just been thinking this looks very dark. So in world we can environmental settings, and we can set it to sunrise. Hey.
Can't do that. That's messing with the world.
Can we have midday? Sure, doesn't matter.
It's virtual.
So they just switched to sunset for everyone.
Some places you go to, they do specify what the best time of day to experience the land is. Midnight, if there's a lot of sort of little lights and sort of ambient stuff going on.
Where are we going?
We're just going on a little virtual tour here around Media City. This is a sim that's been built by someone who I'm building with at the moment, who will be installing the new build in our plots tomorrow, who is based up in Bradford. And he's built media areas for Granada Television.
So this is a business zone.
This is a business zone, and he is a Mac. He's a Mac nut, so he sells Macs from here. He's got a whole sort of showroom.
So where we're looking out from there, is this going to be like Hong Kong skyline kind of thing? It's going to be...
If more stuff gets built on it, but the great thing about Second Life is that you just build more land. You don't have to build up. You can build up if you want, because it'll look good, but there isn't the restriction on land.
Finite space.
No, because Linden Labs will have to buy more servers. I suppose there is a finite limit to how many servers you can get in one building, so they'll have to build a bigger building.
How can the land go up in value if it's infinite? If the capacity is infinite?
Because Linden Labs keep a limit on how often and what the criteria are of them extending the platform.
It's like Barrett's selling this thing.
But the Linden Lab land that is already defined will never grow anymore. You can buy islands, but you can't. Linden Labs will never expand the mainland.
Right.
So they're kind of like the police.
They are. They did that to gambling. People weren't very happy. You used to be able to gamble in Second Life, and because San Francisco has gambling laws that say it's illegal, because the servers are in San Francisco, they deemed that Second Life could not gamble. So a lot of people lost a lot in their businesses because it was dependent on gambling. The VAT rules as well, they've just introduced, you have to pay VAT in the country that you live in. So the Savago, the one we've just looked at, he's based in Sweden, and their VAT rate is 25%. So for all the fees that he was paying, he then had an extra 25% of all that on top of it.
Doesn't look much like Bradford to me.
Sorry?
Doesn't look much like Bradford to me.
What this? We've come all the way back to the beginning now. So let's move on.
Oh, it's more like Bradford now.
So you can build, or you can just be a virtual tourist. You can see art and music and culture and countrysides and cityscapes. The time has come, though, when you want to get more out of this world. I joined a group called the Live Musicians Network, and Audio Zenith, real life Chris Hambley, was looking for virtual event supervisors for an event. The Summer of Love festival ran for 72 hours and had performers from around the globe streaming live into Second Life. I've since organised live events for Chris, and the Media Camp 2008 is taking place on May the 17th at Buckingham University. The Swimwear in the Snow Second Life event was posted on the AxisCommunity Forum. I've met many of the active community members that I know in a recent sit-down in London where they decided that we should all meet up, because virtual is one thing, but business is done best face-to-face. So networking, discussing jobs and recommendations, and I actually got some good business out of that event. So finally, I'm going to take you to the location where I earn my money and tell you a little bit about what Pilot Theatre are doing here in Second Life. So we've got a building, and inside this building we can walk around.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a sassy walk going there.
She's a sexy lady. And the whole point of this space is a lot of people who come in here don't necessarily have the experience, so walking into furniture is not something you want to happen. So the main thing about here is that it's kept quite empty. We've met the Arts Council in here, we've met the Joseph Rowntree Foundation here, we've had meetings where set designers have come to talk to everybody in one place because they're all working on shows and elsewhere in the country. But one thing we can do is all appear in a three-dimensional space and at least feel as if we're together in a meeting.
Can you put the lights on?
Shall we reset? Let's go back to the sunrise. It is sunrise. We'll try midday, if we're in the right menu. Oh, that claims that it's midday. Oh well. So one thing we can do is give branded items that people can come and collect for free. So the T-shirt that Katie's wearing at the moment, you can't really see, but it has the branded logo on the front, and it has the web address of Pilot Theatre on the back. So people who come into Second Life from Pilot who are wearing it, the branding can get carried on there.
Can you get changed now then?
You can get changed any way you like. So the stairs in the corner, but the one thing you don't want to do is keep walking upstairs, because this is a virtual world, so we do things as easy as possible. So here we're going to teleport up to the exhibition hall. And here in the exhibition hall, we've got source material from the previous show. But the main thing that's useful about this space is across the bottom here you've got a media bar, so you communicate, fly, you can take pictures at any point to record where you've been. There's the search and there's the mini-map and your inventory, but you also have your media controls. Are the speakers working? So we can put branded material together and we can have it in a space where we can invite funders, we can invite people who know about Pilot's work but might not necessarily have seen it because they're on the other side of the world. If you're using a website, you might see a log to say how many visitors there are, but you don't know who you're standing next to. And with Second Life, you know exactly that. We can bring funders in here, we can show them the recent pictures of the set, we can show them this piece of footage. These are the messages that pop up if you're members of groups. So I've just got people bothering me. So these are pictures of the recent show where you can see the stage set. And the great thing about showing pictures like this in here is the scale. You could just never print a photograph of that size and get the comparison against, you know, a person the site. We've also got the people who are in the recent show. There's people in production. And then finally we've got an outdoor space which we intend to use for some events. So she flies there. This is the show that's currently on tour. This is Fungus the Bogeyman. And by clicking on Fungus, it will actually take you directly to the website, so you can dynamically connect between Second Life and here.